Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this video on mastering your emotions. And this video, I want to share with you some techniques that have helped me in my life to actually get control over my emotions rather than letting them control my life. So I'm sure we all been there in that situation where we lose control, where we're feeling sad or we're feeling angry, or we're just letting these emotions dictate our actions and our behavior in the external world. So stay tuned until the end of the video, because I want to share with you guys these techniques that are really going to help you have a healthier emotional life and be able to control those emotions, but not only control them, but also release the ones that actually are not helping you. So one of the things that I want to start with is actually meditation. Meditation is very important, not only because it helps you center yourself, but also helps you to actually go in yourself and get to know yourself better, have a communication with yourself in an inner level where you actually are able to accept emotions and release them at the same time through a process of meditation. It makes you feel good, it makes you feel at peace, but more importantly, it brings you to the moment. So I don't know if you've ever meditated, or if you haven't, or if you don't know how to meditate. If you haven't meditated, you don't know how, I've actually have a video here on this YouTube channel of a 20-minute meditation that is going to help you not only cope with emotions, but also release emotions that are going to help you in your life to have a healthier social and emotional life. So I really suggest for you to start getting into meditation, taking that time in the morning and at night to actually or in the evening, to actually just meditate and relax and bring yourself back to center, because that's gonna really be a power bomb into your actual emotions, and also to get to know yourself better, which takes me to another point. The other point is to actually get to know yourself better. What are you really thinking, and what are your beliefs about that are being triggered through those emotions? What are you thinking through that emotion? What actually started that emotion? You have to figure it out where those emotions started, because they all actually end up going downhill. It could have started with something stupid, just getting up with the wrong foot off the bed, and just starts rolling down because we let them carry away. So get to know where those emotions started. If you have some limiting beliefs about something specifically, maybe there's some external actions or events that trigger those emotions, and you have to know why they get triggered in order to be able to deal with them. When you're able to bring those beliefs and those triggers out and be able to identify them, then you're able to work with them in order to change them to a positive state, rewrite the story, and really move forward and empowering yourself to consciously, to actually get that programming into your subconscious, to be able to live in a more healthy and more positive vibe through those events. So dig into yourself, get to know yourself better, and really find out what are the things that are triggering those emotions that you're trying to actually cope with. The other thing that I want to share with you guys is actually find out what's your agenda. What are you trying to gain? Usually we come up from a place of trying to get something, whether it's validation, acceptance. It's all insecurities that are coming out that actually also makes us or triggers us in an emotional state, in a negative state, because there's positive and negative emotions, and you want to stick with the positive ones, obviously, where you're happy and you're really enjoying life. But when things get triggered in the negative path, what are you trying to gain? What are you trying to gain? What are you not accepting at the moment? Because it also has to do with acceptance. You have to accept things that are out of control, out of your control, that really come along and you really can't do anything about it. The only thing you can control is the way you see things. Be conscious about that, because when it comes and hits you, if you're conscious about it, you can decide whether to let them affect you or to just release them and brush them off. And actually, that's going to be very powerful when you are able to see these things. But also find out what is your agenda, because behind your agenda, whatever you're doing in your life that actually that you're feeling bad, there is something that you're trying to get. You're trying to get somewhere. You're trying to get something for yourself. Identify those things in order to be able to change them, and really empower yourself to be self-validated, to be self-accepted, to be self-loved, and not to depend on the external world to give you that, because that is going to take you to a roller coaster of emotions, especially when you do not get them. And even when you get them, it's still going to feel bad, because you want to hold on to it, and you don't know how long you're going to hold on to it because it's coming from something that you have no control over. So just really find out what is it that you're trying to gain. Find out what's your agenda behind all of that and what's really triggering all of those emotions. When you're able to identify, you're able to change them to a positive conversation with yourself, of being self-validator, of working on yourself to be self-loved, and really just share that with everybody. And that's going to take you to another level of emotion mastery, which is really going to be affecting the external world. The people around you are really going to feel what you're feeling. They're going to feel the change. When you're able to control emotions, when you're able to accept things, when somebody tries to actually mess with you or insult you, if you're able to control that and really look at it in a different perspective, and you see the fact that they're the ones being insecure, they're the ones that have issues, and you're just accepting who they are being and just forgiving them for that, then that's going to take you really to another level of empowering emotions because they have no effect over you. And that obviously takes power away from them. The more you engage into that, the more they're going to actually feel powerful on you because they're affecting you. And that takes me to another point. Learn about acceptance and forgiveness. Accept yourself and forgive yourself to start with, but also other people, because we all have issues. We all have issues, and we don't know if somebody's having a bad day or not. But everybody has issues, and just the fact that they actually take them on you doesn't mean they're personally with you. And even if they were personally with you, the more you actually let them affect you, the more they become more powerful for them and become more real. But if you made a mistake, if you have done something that really triggers that, just be knowledgeable of that and really accept that as well. And forgive yourself and forgive the other people. And that's going to really change all your perspective and all your feelings around that. If you're able to forget people, to forget yourself, and to accept what's out of your control and to accept what's happening in your life, then that's really going to help you in your emotional level, because you're not trying to fight controlling anything at all. You're just letting them flow. Which takes me to another point that I want to share with you guys, and that is letting the emotions pass you by. There's sometimes that you could carry on, you feel these emotions, these negative emotions, and we tend to grab onto it. We tend to identify ourselves with those emotions. We really give them life, we give them power, we fuel them to the point that we end up doing things that are really outrageous and things that might be really bad, that we think at that moment they're great ideas, but it's all the emotions that we fuel them and we let them take control over our lives and ourselves. So when you're able to see the emotions as thoughts, as just coming through, especially the negative ones, they're just like logs on a river. They're just passing by. Let the current take them. Do not jump on one of the logs and get in the current, because that's just going to take you downhill into a waterfall of emotions. So if you're able to just see your emotions from a third perspective, from really just the side of the river, and just watch them as logs just going down the current, let them exist, let them be. But do not fuel them. Do not give them more existence and more power than what you already have. Do not fight them. And do not carry on their story, because they will create stories in your head that will take you and empower them instead of you empowering yourself to release them. I hope this has helped. I also have a video on how to release emotions, which it takes me to a method. It takes you through a method that we've been using for many years, called the Sedona method, and it helps you release emotions and really get into it to actually forgive yourself and release those emotions in order to live a healthier life. So I hope this helps. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.